everyone. Thanks for stopping by. This is me, 143. Pardon my Frenchie. If you don't have a friend, you have one now. If you noticed, I am not in my regular studio. I am actually filming at a different location today, which is part of my topic. So you are absolutely correct. I am actually filming in my very first house that I bought, which I will show a film of later on today, and I'll show some pictures of when I lived here as well. But so today's topic is going to be letting go of what doesn't serve you anymore. So it was interesting. This house meant the world to me, and I think it meant the world to me for a lot of different reasons. It was my very first house that I bought when I was, I think it was like my late 20s. It was my very first big purchase as a young adult. I had my daughter at the time and my husband, and it's very exciting. And it's an older home, but there was so much character to it. I mean, it's got the wood floors, and it's got just arches. There's an arch in here that reminded me of my house back home, and there was something about this house that was just a home, that you knew walking through the door that this was a home. And so I grew very, very attached to it. And then on top of the fact that this home was within a community that was just a very, very little community, that the people here are so genuine. They're so honest, they're so genuine, they look out for each other, they don't expect anything from anybody, and you don't get that anymore. That's the beauty of small towns. You can go, now where I live in a very big city due to, when we had to move out of this house, we had to relocate to a bigger city. And I actually had a very, very tough time adjusting to that due to, not wanting to leave this town. I mean, I was I did volunteer work. I was a big part of my church there. But anyways, so you just don't get that in places. You don't get the wonderful people that make this, communities make homes, and your kids can walk around safe, and it's just, I just can't say enough about the community. So anyways, when we had to relocate from here, we the housing market was bad, and we had to put this home, we had to rent it out because we couldn't sell at the time. So anyways, so we got a renter in here, and he rented for a good amount of years. Well, he decided to move out, and so in that process, at the time, I had some family members looking to move into the home, and at that time I was ecstatic, because here I had my little home that I loved so very much, that was going to be going, into good hands. And it was like I had a piece of me back again. But I guess it's selfish. I guess when you look at it, I was being selfish, because I don't know. It's as much as I want to say it. I mean, yeah, other people are moving in here, and I guess I was just visualizing, them and starting their family, and kind of where we were when we were younger. We had a family and all the holidays and these wonderful things, but that was my journey. That's not their journey. Okay, so as I was saying, I think I was being selfish, because I was hanging on to my journey when it was really somebody else's journey. And, you know, even though you love something, it doesn't mean that other people are on the same path that you are on. And if that's the case, then you just have to let it go. And that's what I'm realizing. You know, the other people weren't on the same path, which meant that, you know, this wasn't the house for them. This wasn't their journey. So with that being said, my journey with this house and this town is over. And so now it's got to go to somebody else who's going to treat this as their home, hopefully take care of it. And somebody else is going to start their family here. And this chapter of my life is going to be over. It's that letting go. Even though you love something, letting it go. As much as it hurts, letting it go. I remember when I first walked back in to the doors of this place a couple months ago, the feeling that I had. And it was just so different. And now seeing it empty and knowing that probably in 30 days, 40 days, I'm going to be just handing over the keys to somebody else. You know, moving on, letting go. I think that we can do that with a lot of things in life. Sometimes we love things so much that it's hard to walk away, and we hang on. And I mean, you definitely do that when with pet loss and pet grief. You know, some of us hang on a little too long when pets are passing away. And I don't want to say, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say they hang on too long. But there's times when maybe pets, you know, probably should, you know, go to the vet a little bit sooner and pass. But we, you know, it's hard to let go. And that's understandable. You know, we love something so much and we care about something so much. We forget that, you know, there's another little soul involved. You know, letting go and realizing that, you know, their journey is about to start in heaven or wherever they're going. Friendship's the same way. You know, how many times have you had different friends in your life? And I mean, I've had lots of friends in my life, and some were really, really great friends. You know, and you know, they served a purpose. And sometimes that journey's over, the purpose is over, and you move on. And that's okay. That's okay. Because not every person in this life is meant to travel with you to your end of your life. We have seasons in this world, and once your season's over with that person, you move on. You let it go. And it hurts real bad sometimes, but they served a purpose. Let them go. You can't selfishly hang on to somebody or something and be miserable. It's not worth it. Just like you can't selfishly hang on to animals or objects. It's just not the right thing to do. So, as much as things hurt, and as much as life sometimes takes a turn, sometimes you have to make hard decisions. and hard decisions that are challenging for you, but I guarantee that you'll get through it. We all get through it. I know I'll get through this in the next 30, to 40 days. As I look around here and, it's so empty. And, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But until next time, if you don't have a friend, you have one now. Hit that like or subscribe button. Pardon my Frenchie. This is me, 143. See you next week. Bye-bye.